$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes.
Everybody comes in your grandmother, everybody comes in your grandmother.
It's not that they don't want to help, they don't know quite what to do. Play the radio, make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone, make sure the kids hear word.
Get your words straight, Jack.
I gotta go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. I gotta go. Okay? Respond. Number one. Number two. Let's get something. I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. Okay? Number one. Number two. Let's get something. I mean what I say when I say it.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Force the vote, sure, was a failure.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get this sentence out, we can talk about Jimmy. Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened.
That isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of the Above It All broadcast live streaming experience. Hello, everybody. There's another experience that's about to be unfolded. I've got this fucking cable here that's not... Okay. We're unfolding the experience right now. The Above It All live program. This fucking cable. Get the fuck out of here. I need to get like a wireless headset scenario. Welcome, everybody, to the Above It All broadcast experience, starring the broadcast. I'm casting the experience. Hello, users. Got a show going on here. Just to clarify in the chat room, anybody that is quote-unquote economically populist but also spends all of their days hating minorities, they're a Nazi. It's literally the definition of what a Nazi is. It's a National Socialist. Jackson Hinkle calls himself a National Socialist. He wants socialism only for white people, only for straight people. That is objectively what a Nazi is. So just, to clarify with the basic history definitions. I got myself a coffee cup right now that I'm about to consume. Got some coffee. Covfefe! I'm back! Covfefe! So, my sock is stuck. Okay, it's unstuck. And so, got a show going on. I have a lot of stories I want to talk about today. And so I don't even know where to start, but, all right, let's talk about this. Goddamn PFAS. This is from The Hill. Forever chemicals linked to high blood pressure in middle-aged women. Study. This is something I talk about all the time on my show. Water quality. Look up your zip code. Look up water quality. And chances are, a lot of people love to do this meme. Flint doesn't have clean water. The United States does not have clean water. Correction. Nowhere in the United States is there clean water. 100% of zip codes in the United States have some poison in their water in some way or another. So just throwing that out there, obviously depending on the wealth, the average wealth and income of your zip code, that's going to affect your water quality. But if you live in the United States, you are drinking straight up poison from the tap. That's why I recommend having water filters and all that kind of stuff if you can afford it. But anyway, let's talk about PFAS. Middle-aged women who have greater blood concentrations of toxic forever chemicals may be at greater risk of developing high blood pressure, a new study has found. These women were more likely to become hypertensive than those who had lower levels of the compounds, also called per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS, according to a study published on Monday in the American Heart Association journal. Can't speak. Need more coffee? All right, I got more coffee, so now I can speak. Notorious for their presence in jet fuel, firefighting foam, and in industrial discharge, PFAS are a set of synthetic chemicals found in a wealth of household products, including non-stick pans, waterproof apparel, and cosmetics. Another thing, non-stick pans. I got rid of them a long time ago. You don't need non-stick. If you're using a non-stick pan, guess what? Like every non-stick pan I've ever seen, right? It's got those little chips in it. It's never an even coating all the time, right? It's got those little chips in there, like the little cracks in the coating. Where did those cracks go? Where did they go? I'm genuinely asking. They went inside your body, motherfucker, and now they're not going to go anywhere for at least another 40 years. They're stuck inside you. They're roaming around in your bloodstream. You're fucked. So don't buy non-stick pans, okay? I'm just saying, first of all, you don't need non-stick pans. I know that there's some that say that they don't have PFAS, but you don't need non-stick pans. Anyone who uses a non-stick pan, just, again, It's, people that use nonstick pans. Let's be honest. Let's be real.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Dumbass motherfuckers. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. PFAS are known as forever chemicals because they never degrade in the environment and contaminate drinking water, soil, air, food, and numerous products we consume or encounter routinely. Lead author Ning Ding. That's a great name. That's a great name. I want to change my name to Ning Ding. A postdoctoral fellow in the Department of Epidemiology at the University of Michigan School of Public Health said in a statement, thus far, scientists have demonstrated a probable link between PFAS and diagnosed high cholesterol, ulcerative colitis, thyroid disease, testicular cancer, kidney cancer, and other pregnancy-induced hypertension. This latest study extends that last category to another subset of women. I don't even know, this study started coming out about this 5-10 years ago. That's when I first heard about it. But again, everyone wants to study every single, possible disease and its link. And that's fine and that's good. But again, nothing's going to happen. Oh, shit, it causes hypertension. Well, I guess DuPont is going to stop, leaking that shit into the soil, into river and water supplies, right? Wrong. They're not going to stop anything because they don't fucking give a shit about hypertension. They don't fucking care. Anyway, women seem to be particularly vulnerable when exposed to these chemicals. Our study is the first to examine the association between forever chemicals and hypertension in middle-aged women. She continued, exposure may be an underappreciated risk factor for women's cardiovascular disease risk. So you can read the rest of this if you'd like. But again, PFAS is in everything. Your water is poisoned. Anyone and everyone who says Flint doesn't have clean water has got a low IQ because no one has clean water in this country because our infrastructure hasn't really been overhauled pretty much ever. I mean, let's be honest. We installed the pipes and then we're installed. And Biden, remember Infrastructure Week when Joe Biden was like, hey, what that guy do, boo? Is he going to reformat all of our pipes and plumbing systems? No, he doesn't give a shit. Biden doesn't fucking care. Trump doesn't care. None of these fucking people care. Okay, these fucking chemical producers, they don't care. All we have to do is suffer and die for corporate profits because we live in a dystopian late-stage hyper-capitalist hellhole. Anyway, this world sucks. And get some water filters. Make sure your water filters do the best that they can with PFAS. Not all water filtration systems will actually filter PFAS. But also, it's all harm reduction because not only do you have PFAS in your water, you got fucking lead, you got other kind of chemicals, chloroform, chlorine, you got all that fucking garbage, right? Your water is garbage. So, again, but does that matter? Because 75% of Americans apparently don't even drink water. They're chronically dehydrated. So, let's be real. I don't know. But anyway, we're fucked, folks, and not in the good dick way. Got a show going on. Did you see what Chilo was doing? I don't know what that means. Nice pants. These are new, brand new, and they're comfy. I drink yellow Mountain Dew. I'll drink Mountain Dew. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I had a Diet Mountain Dew this morning, but don't worry about that. All right. Got a show to do here today. I decided, I woke up today and I was thinking to myself, let's do a show. Hypocrisy. It's not hypocrisy, it's diet. Every once in a while, I'll drink a diet soda. I'm not immune. We're all human. Speaking of humans, this is fucked up. So, remember when we declared victory on COVID 48 times? Well, we might need to declare victory again in the future because we're clearly not over it yet. COVID is making flu and other common viruses act in unfamiliar ways. Folks, once again, I have to say this. We are fucked! And not in the good dick way. At one point last month, children were admitted to Yale New Haven's Children's Hospital. We're talking about children here, by the way. That already have, their bubbling immune systems. They're not, as good as an adult, right? So factor this in. with a startling range of 7 respiratory viruses. 7! They had adenovirus, rhinovirus, respiratory syncytial virus, and human metapneumovirus, influenza, and parainfluenza, as well as coronavirus, which many specialists say is to blame for the unusual surges. There have been a lot of reports. I know a lot of people that have long COVID that I've spoken to. And there's plenty of reports that say when you get COVID, it permanently weakens your immune system. A lot of research has come out that COVID stays in your system for potentially years in some of your organs. The virus just stays alive, like just has a little bit of, camping site in your spleen, in your liver, just camping out in your kidneys, right? And then, eventually what it does is it puts your body in a state where it's constantly fighting viruses all the time, including the coronavirus, and it just puts your body in a state of a weakened immune response. And so, now again, we've had COVID in this world for about 2 years now. Well, actually, I guess we're entering our 3rd year. Or I guess we did enter our 3rd year. Jesus, I don't even know what time is anymore, I'm going to be honest. But again, people that have said, oh, I got COVID in March, April of 2020, and now they've got autoimmune diseases, right? So, hey, what's going on there? But Joe Biden declared victory from COVID on the State of the Union. Remember, during the State of the Union, take your mask off, go outside, victory speech. That's not typical for any time of the year, and certainly not typical in May and June, said Thomas Murray, an infection control expert and associate professor of pediatrics at Yale. Some children admitted to the hospital were co-infected with 2 viruses and a few with 3, he said. More than 2 years into the coronavirus pandemic, familiar viruses are acting in unfamiliar ways. Respiratory syncytial virus, known as RSV, typically limits its suffocating assaults to the winter months. Rhinovirus, caused by the common cold, rarely sends people to the hospital. And the flu, which seemed to be making a comeback in December after being a no-show in the year before, disappeared again in January once the Omicron variant of the coronavirus took hold. Now the flu is back, but without one common lineage known as Yamagata, which hasn't been spotted since early 2020. It could have gone extinct or may be lying in wait to attack our unsuspecting immune systems, researchers say. The upheaval is being felt in hospitals and labs. Doctors are rethinking routines, including keeping preventative shots on hand into the spring and even into summer. So not only are you going to want to get your flu shot this year, you might want to get it next week. Folks, we're fucked. I don't know what to say. Literally every scientist, except that one guy that goes on Joe Rogan's show, in April of 2020, in March of 2020, we're saying, yeah, COVID's going to be a big deal. There's going to be variants, and it's probably going to be weakening our immune systems. It's probably going to make, easier for other viruses to take hold of your body. And everyone in the world was just like, fuck it. We'll roll the dice. This fucking shit's crazy. Researchers have a rare opportunity to figure out what behavioral changes like stay-at-home orders, masking, or social distancing are responsible for the viral shifts, and what evolutionary advantages SARS-CoV-2 may be exercising over its microscopic rivals. Blah, blah, blah. In hospitals across the country, physicians are adjusting protocols, and for decades reflected a predictable cycle of illness that would come and go when schools closed or weather changed. Isn't that crazy that we have predictable cycles of illness, by the way? Okay, this is the same thing with cars. Let me just allow me to go on a rant for a moment. Okay. So we know shuffling a bunch of kids like sardines into school systems that are poorly ventilated, right? That have asbestos in the walls and haven't been refurbished in since the 1930s. We know for a fact that combined with winter makes disease spread even more. We know that. And we know that there's going to be tens of thousands of people that die every year from these diseases. So they're predictable. We know they're going to die, and yet, wait, what did we do about it? Nothing! We do nothing! Wouldn't it make more sense, maybe, to do schooling in the summer? I don't know, if the winter combined with shuffling everyone like sardines into small rooms that are poorly ventilated increases disease overall because kids go home and they participate in the economy, they go to stores, they go to whatever the fuck, and then they just spread their viruses everywhere. Is it possible maybe we could reorient society a little bit? If we can predict that X amount of people are going to die, and we know they're going to die, and we do nothing about it, isn't that a little fucked up? Anyway, COVID has kind of just put that whole thing, dialed it up to 11. Yeah, we know people are going to die, but I want to go to Wendy's, bro. Yeah, we know people are going to die, but, you know, I want to go to school and have a pizza party in my asbestos-filled, poorly ventilated classroom. Like, these motherfuckers are stupid. And by motherfuckers, I mean everyone. Everyone. The leaders, the politicians, the corporate overlords, and the people. Again, the poll that I read a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I don't know, that said that only like 18% of Americans think COVID is a big deal. Only 18%. The people are fucking stupid. It's not just the politicians. It's not just the leaders. It's not just the corporate overlords. It's the people. It's the motherfucking people. It's the Americans. They're fucking stupid. They're fucking stupid. They're stupid. They're stupid. Every single one of these shit-fuck motherfuck Americans, when every time you look out the window, I'm gonna look out the window right now. Oh, there's one. Another dumb motherfucker. All right? There's just so many fucking stupid-ass motherfuckers in this goddamn planet, and there's too many. There's too fucking many of them. There's too many of them. And I'm not saying this in the overpopulation. Oh, bada-boo, I'm Bill Gates. I'm going to get that. I'm not saying it in that fashion. I'm saying that we need to reduce the amount of stupid motherfuckers, a.k.a. have any education system that functions. That's the thing. Okay, so we have all these school systems, right? And we're willing to literally just massacre however many tens of thousands of people a year with flus and other stuff because of school systems. And you go to school, and what do you learn? What do you learn? Nothing. You don't learn anything. So you go to school, right? Really, all that does is just make you train to get up early and to go somewhere you don't want to go so that you can be launched into the fucking workforce. And then you just learn a bunch of disinformation about American mythology and how great the USA is, right? Okay. That's great. But then also, again, it's just going to kill a bunch of people for no reason. For no reason. For no reason. And the same thing with office buildings. The thing, almost everything in our society. Like, we're still operating as if it's like the fucking 18th century, right? Except we have science from the 21st century, and we're not improving anything. We're not improving anything. Like, at all. We're still driving cars 100 years after the fucking cars were invented, and we're still fucking driving them, man. Like, what? Like, this shit's crazy. Like, you don't think we can fucking evolve at all? Back to the article. You would see a child with febrile illness and think, what time of the year is it? Said Peter Hotez, a molecular virologist and the dean for National School of Tropical Medicine at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston. For years, Teresa Barton, head of the pediatric infectious diseases at I'm not reading all that, has routinely championed the flu vaccine each fall and relaxed their advocacy by March and April when the flu fizzled out. The new shift in seasonality with flu cases rising last summer and then again this spring made her rethink. You were like, oh man, in clinics, let's get your flu shot. Anyway, so what this is saying is we're fucked. We're fucked, is what this is saying. Not only does COVID weaken your immune system while you're actually like sick with COVID, but it has long-lasting health effects that fuck you up forever. I mean, we probably could fix it, but is that going to be covered in health insurance? No, they want you to be debilitated. They want you to go to the hospital every other fucking week so that you have to buy a new miracle pill that doesn't fucking do anything. They've got you by the balls. You're fucked. You're fucked. And again, I just want to be very clear. Not in the good dick way. They're not even letting that happen. Anything at all. Any reprieve. I don't know, man. Don't even get me started on the food cycles either. When 88% of Americans have metabolic syndrome because 95% of Americans don't know how to eat fucking vegetables. Did you know that? 95% of Americans don't eat fiber. What's fiber? Vegetables, motherfucker. 95% of Americans don't know how to eat a fucking salad. They're so fucking stupid. You don't think that causes any fucking, like, reverberating health issues for everyone on this fucking earth, in this planet, on this country at least? You don't think? When 88% of Americans have metabolic syndrome, right? They just have a slow metabolism that, you know, takes longer to actually break things down. You don't think that that causes significant illness everywhere else? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking shit insane? This is insane. This is insane. And everyone's just like, let's go back to McDonald's. Let's stuff our face. Go, I'm sad from my COVID disease. Let me cure my sadness by getting a Wendy's $5 box. Like, I can't with Americans, man. Americans are just so fucking stupid. Again, I just want to say, like, all of our behavior is just like planets revolving around the sun in the solar system. We're all just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. We're all just on a fucking track. We're all looping, doing the same fucking thing. Woo! Loop-de-loop-de-loop. And is anything gonna happen? Oh shit. Oh fuck, our society is crumbling. Well, let's do nothing. Let's go to McDonald's. Just to feel alive. This fucking country, man. Jesus Christ. I heard that statistic somewhere, I think. What statistic are you talking about? Y'all motherfuckers, when you post in the chat and say things like that or like reference something without actually saying what it is, I'm not going to know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, what is that statistic? I gave off like 4 statistics in the last like... Oh, 95%. I mean, it's a good statistic. I don't know what to tell you. All right. What else do we got? All right, let's do this. Like the fucking stream, motherfucker! How many times do I have to ask you? And also, feel free to give me some dollars. I like dollars of the United States variety. And so if you want to give me some United States dollars, that would be nice. Once again, everyone, tomorrow is Wednesday. Yes, that's right. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We've got Cooking with the Bitch at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We've got a Doom stream, Memento Mori 2 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for another Doom stream. I'm doing 2 a week now. So hop on in. Hop on in. And of course, above it all, 10 a.m. every day. Except for the weekend where it's 12 p.m. Jesus Christ. I need to get like a fucking card that just has all the bullshit on it so I can just read it. Yep, there's a bullshit there. There's bullshit. Okay. Monkeypox. It's happening. Monkeypox. Precautions advised at summer gatherings as Chicago reports 5 new cases. The virus is rarely lethal with symptoms ranging from fever, aches, and rashes all over the body. Maybe people will take this fucking shit seriously if there's rashes all over your body. Like you're fucking Leon Kennedy in that one cutscene in Resident Evil 4 where the motherfucker's tripping balls and he has like the fucking black veins everywhere and he's like, like, I remember that cutscene. That scared the shit out. Anyway, monkeypox. While Chicago health officials maintain the risk of contracting monkeypox remains low, the city's Department of Public Health announced it's advising the public to take precautions after 5 more cases were reported across the city. Motherfuckers don't even care about COVID. Do you think they're going to fucking take precautions for monkeypox? Let's be honest. Tyler Hackner, 99 cents. Thank you. Article. In a news release, blah, 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 at least 7 cases have been identified in Chicago, a significant increase from the 2 cases that were reported in the previous weeks. 7 of the cases involve individuals who recently traveled to Europe. Of course, fucking Europeans. And the first 2 cases appeared to be related to each other, health officials said. One Chicago resident was diagnosed with the monkeypox after attending the International Mr. Leather Conference. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds stupid. Which took place from May 26 to 30 in the city, and other cases connected to the event have been reported. Monkeypox is a rare but potentially serious viral illness that often begins with flu-like symptoms and the swelling of the lymph nodes. Anything but the fucking lymph nodes. I mean, that sucks, you know. It's like, you look like that fucking fish, you know. Right? Anyway. And progresses to a rash on the face and body, health experts said. It was first observed in Africa in 1970 and is usually found in western and central portions of the continent. The CDC is on alert Well, the CDC's on it. The CDC, of course, which is still maintaining the lie that COVID transmission risk is low. Go look. Go look at any CDC map that they're posting on Twitter or their website. They're going to tell you the transmission risk for COVID is low. So hey, the CDC's on it. Let's go! Is on alert after the virus is reported in several countries that typically do not report monkeypox cases, including the United States. In a news conference, blah, 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 individuals attending festivals or other summer events should consider how much close personal skin-to-skin contact is likely to occur at the events they plan to attend. According to health officials, if someone feels sick or has rashes or sores, CDPH recommends not attending a gathering or visiting a healthcare provider as soon as possible. Skin-to-skin contact. Once again, we are not getting fucked in the good dick way. A total of 33 countries have reported more than 1,450 confirmed cases, and in the U.S., 49 cases have been reported in 16 states, as well as the District of Columbia. Most individuals experience mild symptoms, and no one has died. Usually, in a normal year, we will see a few cases, mostly in Western Africa, that are related to animals, blah, blah, blah. The virus is rarely lethal. CDPH said person-to-person transmission is possible through close physical contact with monkeypox sores, items that have been contaminated with fluids or sores, clothing, bedding, etc., or through respiratory droplets following prolonged face-to-face contact. So wear a fucking mask, dumbass. Now, again, I am more concerned with COVID than I am with monkeypox, but again, Americans are fucking stupid, right? Americans have shit in their brains, right? Like, if you were to, do brain surgery on an American, they're, typically we think of brains as, pink or grayish or, a light color like that. Most Americans, there's not even going to be a brain. It's just going to be, a bunch of dog shit, okay? Most Americans are fucking stupid. So, if this new monkeypox thing convinces people to, take precautions that also would be effective for COVID, I'm down. But, again, Americans are fucking stupid. So, are they going to do anything about it? No. Is the CDC going to do anything about it? No. We're just going to pretend it's not a problem until it becomes a huge issue. And then we're fucked once again. So, just saying. Throwing that out there. Yeah. I got high energy this morning, so I apologize if I'm speaking really fast and going but I've got some high energy. My levels, this is normal, right? This is my average level, right? This is after the first segment, and then we're rising. My levels, right? We're going up, up, up. Until the permafrost thaws and 1,000,000-year-old viruses get released. The goddamn permafrost. Jesus Christ, we are fucked. We are fucked. And I'm not leaving the house. I don't even know if a socialist administration could fix this mess. I don't even think, to be honest, within the confines of the system of governance that the United States even has, let's assume you get ultra-communist, super benevolent dictator going in. They're still bound by the Constitution in some way. I really don't think that the United States, no matter who is in the White House, no matter what I just don't think it's I don't know. I don't want to be a doomer. I still think we should do harm reduction, of course. But what would AOC be able to do if she was the president? She would do a lot of things that would be really good. But would you be able to change the setup of the Senate? I don't know. I don't know. I just think that the U.S. Constitution needs to go. I think we need to burn that fucking shit. Someone get Nicolas Cage, because he knows how to fucking get inside the Library of Congress, right? I'm talking about National Treasure, of course. Speaking of AOC, though. AOC was on the telly. AOC, telly, CNN. So there's my SEO for the day. So AOC was on the telly. Let's watch.
Poll after poll shows Americans believe the country is heading in the wrong direction, with many placing the blame squarely on President Biden. But there are signs even some elected Democrats are wavering in their support for the president. Listen to Congresswoman Alex.
So I love that this segment starts with like basically saying, oh, typical progressive not supporting the president. But like almost everyone who's like a corporate Democrat as well, like I just read this article a couple days ago that said that corporate Democrats are like privately talking to each other about like trying to convince Biden to step down for 2024.
Andrea Ocasio-Cortez. CNN's Dana Bash asked her today if she would endorse Biden.
It is the Dana Bash interview. I know you've probably seen this elsewhere because you're a fucking moron and you watch other political channels. But you know what? I haven't commented on it yet. Okay, motherfucker? So give me a goddamn chance. All right.
24.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but I think if the president has a vision, then that's something certainly we're all willing to entertain and examine.
So, okay, I just want to say, the reason why I want to talk about this is because her language, if the president has a vision, that's something we're willing to entertain. Oh, that's so good. Like, it's just like, again, it's like, you know, your old, like, it's like the weird grandpa who just turned like 97 years old and at their birthday party, and it's like, you know, like they want to like turn the TV onto Little House on the Prairie, right? And then it's like everyone's just like, let's just entertain him. Like, yeah, we're willing to entertain him. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's keep going.
That when the time comes.
That's not a yes.
I love Dana Bash. This is like the first time she's ever given pushback on a politician in her life. She's like, uh-oh, should I do it? She didn't answer my question with a complete answer. Should that's not a yes! I did it. I'm so brave. I'm so brave. Let's keep going.
I think we should endorse when we get to it, but I believe that the president has been doing a very good job so far, and you know, should he run again, I think that I think it's we'll take a look at it.
So let's discuss with CNN political commentator and former political advisor to President.
But anyway, AOC is such a great answer. I mean, it's so funny. Like, a lot of people that I've seen talk about this are like, why don't AOC say that Biden's terrible? Why AOC say that Biden's doing a great job? That's what a lot of people are saying. Now, we all know Joe Biden's not doing a good job. All right? We already know that. Duh! No fucking shit! Okay? Anyone with 2 fucking brain cells can tell you Joe Biden's a fucking complete fucking failure. Okay? But you have to understand, when you're on CNN, motherfucker, you gotta walk a fucking fine line. Now, again, would it be cool if AOC would, like, wear her, like, fucking, like, you know, Eat the Rich shirt or whatever, and then, like, have, like, a fucking, like a fucking headband, like fucking John Rambo or something, and then have, like, fucking, you know, like, and go to town? Would that be cool? Sure. But you know what? Her basically making fun of Joe Biden and saying, maybe we'll entertain it, I don't fucking know. I think that that's hilarious. I think that that is the funniest part of the thing. I don't give a shit if she says, Joe Biden doing a great job. That's, you know, it's typical. Everyone wants to fucking say that on television, right? But, again, the comedy of her saying, yeah, I'd be willing to entertain it, maybe. Oh, man. That's funny. Again, that is funny. That is fucking funny. It just is. It just is funny. I don't know what to say. But anyway, what is this? AOC won't commit to backing Biden in 2024. Who fucking cares? Like, who fucking cares? Like, I mean, like, I fucking, like, Barack Obama is privately telling people Biden should step down and, like, suggesting that this guy's too old to run it again. Right? So who cares if AOC is saying that fucking shit? No one gives a fuck. No one cares, right? But again, of course, it's a progressive. It's AOC, so we gotta fucking make it headlines. But I just wanted to say, like, again, even corporate Democrats have been talking about how AOC is, or how about how Biden is too old and like all that kind of stuff. Too old basically means we need to get this fucking guy out of here. And they're just saying too old because like that's just the way that they can say it in public. But what they really mean is this guy is fucking, he's lost his marble. He's done, right? He's not going to make it. He's going to fucking hit the ground screaming like the moment he goes out to his first fucking campaign rally. Like it's over, you know? But anyway, AOC, again, the comedy of her saying that she'd be willing to entertain it, that is pristine comedy. That is extremely funny stuff. So I wanted to play that clip. Oh.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
I gotta say, that clip, that might be one of the best Biden clips that I have. Like, it really is funny. And you don't see that shit anywhere else. Like, let's be real. Name another show where you've got that pristine Joe Biden sound drop. You don't see it anywhere. I don't even know, like, what other shows even use sound drops. Does Majority Report do that anymore? I don't know. But that one is so good. I mean, it's just so funny. I have no seltzer to be found. This is just straight up water. Not even fucking Republicans have that sound drop, by the way. Like, you'd think that would be, like, things, like, that Republicans post all over the place. But it's not. Like, not even Republicans have that. It's an exclusive. It's a fucking exclusive. You're not going to see it anywhere else. Obamna. Fucking Obamna. That's a good one. All right. Let's talk about Joe Biden. Joseph Robinette motherfucking Biden. All right. So, Biden to visit Saudi Arabia after a stop in Israel, determining it's time to engage kingdom he once called a pariah. So he's going on the fascist tour. He's going on the fucking fascist tour. Let's check out all these dictators. All these fucking fascist ethno-states. Let's check them out. We're going on the grand tour of ethno-states. Let's keep going. President Joe Biden will visit Saudi Arabia next month. The White House announced Tuesday a foreign policy trade-off that completes the reversal of his campaign pledge to make the kingdom a pariah. So one of the only cool things that Joe Biden has done, and he's walking it back. The trip, set for mid-July, will also include Biden's first stop in Israel as president, as well as a visit to the Palestinian West Bank. It will culminate with major gathering of religious regional leaders in Jeddah, the Saudi port city, where Biden is expected to engage in some capacity with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Yo, what if MBS just like fucking Khashoggi'd that motherfucker, by the way? Like, I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying, like, why would you go to Saudi Arabia? This guy's fucking crazy. This guy's crazy. MBS is fucking crazy. He's a Looney Tunes fucking monster. Like, hey, I'm just saying, if we're going to do any regime change as a country, we're going to overthrow, we're going to topple dictators. Does the United States still, like, recognize, like, Juan Guaido as the guy in Venezuela? I don't even know. I don't think so because of that, like, oil thing that they did a couple months ago. But, like, I don't know, man. If we're going to make a habit of toppling dictators, hey, I'm just saying, Saudi Arabia could use a dictator being toppled. I'm just saying. I'm throwing that out there. Now, again, I don't support that. Or do I? I don't know. The president looks forward to outlining his affirmative vision for U.S. engagement in the region over the coming months and years. White House Press Secretary Bill said in a statement announcing the visit, the president appreciates King Salman's leadership and his leadership. The motherfucker's leadership? Yeah, committing a genocide in a nearby country. Bold. That's leadership. Meanwhile, the U.S. still thinks that Cuba is like a terror state. Like again, this fucking shit's crazy. Like Cuba, right? Literally, it's in our, like, it's right next door. They're a terror state because they have like a somewhat communistic kind of style of government. Not even really, but, you know, pretty good. As far as so-called communist governments in the world, Cuba, not bad, right? But they're terror state, cut them off. No one should trade with them. But Saudi Arabia, baby, oh yeah. Now that is leadership. Genociding millions of innocent children, that's leadership. Giving your citizens health care, terrorism, right? U.S. foreign policy, man, it's the dumbest fucking shit in the world. It's the dumbest shit in the world. The U.S. has the dumbest fucking shit for brains foreign fucking policy I've ever seen out of any country. I mean, like, it's just really fucking bad. It's really fucking bad. Anyway, a strategic partner of the United States for nearly 8 decades. Fuck them. Fuck them. Planning for next month's trip has been in the works for months as U.S. officials consulted with their Saudi and Israeli counterparts on the contours of a visit initially planned for the end of June. The trip was pushed back 2 weeks to not coincide with the scheduled visit to Europe for summits G7 and NATO. The White House has refused to confirm a trip would happen, even while saying they were planning one. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Biden plans to meet the country's leadership for Israel. Oh, great. Great. The leadership of Israel. I mean, Israel has wonderful leadership qualities. You know, they've got like an entire second-class citizen population in their apartheid state. You know, they constantly terrorize second-class citizens, kill them, brutalize them on live television, and then harass journalists, the press, and then when the IDF shoots and kills someone in the press, then they go to the funeral and fuck around with the people at the funeral and try to shoot and kill them too. Leadership? Leadership. I mean, when I see that, when I see murdering Palestinians and murdering Yemeni children, I think to myself, leadership? That's what I mean, I get it, right? I understand, like, the U.S. has a fucking partnership or whatever. But, like, do you think Biden actually thinks that Saudi Arabia is like MBS is like a leader who has great leadership qualities? Did you think he actually thinks that? Like, in his heart of hearts? I get it, he doesn't want to rock the boat too much. Like, he went overboard with the Afghanistan thing, right? But, you know, to the perception of mainstream media and the military-industrial complex and so forth. But, like, do you think, like, when he's shaking MBS's hand, do you think he's really thinking in his brain, wow, this is one hell of a leader? Do you actually, like, I'm just curious, like, because if he's willing to say that Saudi Arabia should be a pariah state, and then, like, 2 years later there's an oil crisis, you know, I'm just saying, like, he's probably thinking, yeah, this guy's like, you know that episode of SpongeBob, where the Employee of the Month episode of SpongeBob, I always reference SpongeBob on the show because I love SpongeBob. So remember the Employee of the Month episode of SpongeBob, where you've got Squidward and SpongeBob trying to get to work early so that they can do, get Employee of the Month by cleaning up or whatever. Right? And then they are attacking each other with, like, anchors and, like, making traps for each other because they want to get to work first. Right? And then they make that truce, you know? And then, like, they have that slow motion scene of them, like, doing the handshake. And then it's, like, Squidward and SpongeBob's, like, faces are sweating. And he's like, as soon as I let go, I'm going to make a run for it. Like, they're just, like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, do you think that that's what the case is? I don't know, man. But anyway, I hope to God that one of these days the United States stops being cringe. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I think we're just fucked. I think this country is just on a shit fuck trajectory. I really do. I think every part of this country is garbage. That's what I think personally. And yeah, there you go. Moonchild Dragon, hello. Motherfuckers are going out there advertising my show for me. It's great. Welcome to the program. I've got my fucking hoodie is on inside out, so, like, it keeps curling up down here because it's on inside out. Because I don't know how to, I don't have pockets. The pocket's on the inside. Anyway. I'm going to drink some coffee. I read a headline about like the Google AI bullshit, but I haven't read into it yet. How do I look today? I feel like I'm looking pretty good. I feel like I've got a decent, you know, visual right now. I think I'm looking pretty good. Better than average, maybe? Possibly. All right. What else do we got here? I got so much fucking garbage. It's only fucking 10:52. Jesus Christ. It's only 10:50. I feel like I've done like 2 hours worth of news, but it's just I'm drinking so much fucking coffee that like I'm just like talking at like 6x speed. Holy fuck. All right, y'all. So I want to show everyone an image. An image. Okay? This is an image. I'm going to show you all an image. Like, I want everyone, when they see this image, don't think about it. Type into the stream chat what the first thing that comes to mind is when you see this image. Just type it. Let me know what you think. All right, so I'm going to read to you a story. Librarian describes Proud Boys storming San Lorenzo Library during drag queen reading. A librarian who witnesses a group of Proud Boys storming a drag queen event at the San Lorenzo Library said the 5 men terrified the kids, parents, and community members who had simply come to hear a story. So imagine you bring your fucking goddamn kid to a fucking library for story time, and then this guy shows up and starts saying that he's going to massacre people at the fucking library? Isn't that crazy? Like, you're just trying to, like, I don't know, do a fucking event. Now, in my opinion, people shouldn't be going outside and doing events anyway because there's a pandemic going on. But people are just trying to read a fucking story, and then this guy starts barging in. I'm gonna kill the groomer! But, like, what caused this situation to occur? Cindy Chadwick, the county librarian, described the Saturday scene about 1:30 p.m. They began insulting and otherwise verbally abusing our performer. Alameda County Sheriff deputies said the men stormed in, shouting homophobic and transphobic slurs, filming as they yelled. That's the other thing that these motherfuckers do. Is these motherfuckers love going like, "You're a groomer, you goddamn tranny, you little bitch, like they film themselves doing crimes. Like, I will not, like, the motherfuckers, remember, like, on January 6th, when the motherfuckers literally, like, filmed themselves going inside of Nancy Pelosi's office and fucking shit up, like, I'm in Nancy Pelosi's office right now, and it's on their, like, Instagram page or whatever that has their full name on it. Like, these motherfuckers are ridiculous. They just love to film themselves doing crimes. I don't know, but anyway. The men were extremely aggressive with a threatening, violent demeanor, according to authorities. Many wore shirts emblazoned with assault rifles that are popular with the far-right extremist group. Now, it doesn't say this in here, but it says an assault rifle, which says, kill your local pedophile. Now, again, what is a pedophile being defined by this guy? A pedophile is anyone who's, like, to the left of Adolf Hitler. They're a pedophile in this guy's world, right? So what that is, you know, it's a shirt that basically says, I'm going to kill anyone I disagree with, essentially. The performer was Panda Dulce. I don't know how to pronounce that. Who has been a part of Drag Queen Story Hour for years. She said the men yelled and called her derogatory words, including an it. It totally freaked out all the kids. They got right in our faces. They jeered, she wrote on Instagram. Chadwick said the men's behavior was highly inappropriate, especially at a family event at a library. Now, again, We're not even halfway through fucking Pride Month, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Not even halfway through. And this fucking shit all over the country. You have grown men threatening to massacre parents who are just, like, walking on the street in Dallas outside of, like, a fucking bar. People walking down the street. I'm gonna kill you, groomer! Groomer, I'm gonna kill you! Right? Now, again, what's another important thing to understand is how did these people go to this library? They found out because of a Twitter account known as Libs of TikTok was tweeting out every, like, LGBTQ event in the country. They just tweeted out, look, there's groomers, there's groomer there, groomer goddamn grind shit. Are the groomers in the room right now? I don't know, that's what I'd like to ask. So anyway, people will dox these events and signal boost them, right, to their right-wing paramilitary trooper followers. And then they'll just have, like, people go there to threaten to kill people for just reading a book. It's insane. Like, these people are fucking insane. It was all in front of children and it frightened them, she said. The Proud Boys is an organization known to be a right-wing hate group with anti-LGBTQ affiliations. The group in general is in the spotlight as members were also behind the Capitol riot on January 6th. An active hate crime investigation was launched into the annoying and harassing of children, officials said. We had parents of the children there who wanted to come to this event and chose to be there. And to have people come in and try to intimidate these folks and us from trying to do a program like this was just beyond the pale for me, Chadwick said. These motherfuckers are insane. I think Glenn Greenwald is already defending it, by the way. The Alameda County Sheriff's Office said they will dedicate all resources to ensure the safety of the LGBTQ community. I don't trust the cops to keep anyone safe. I'm just being honest. We'll make sure any future events at the library are safe against hate speech and threats of violence. Lieutenant Ray Kelly said in a statement, as we celebrate Pride Month, we'll blah, 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 blah. No one was physically injured and no arrests were made. Sheriff's investigators are still working to positively identify the men who disrupted the event. Well, there's one of them. State Senator Scott Wiener, D. San Francisco, called what happened the direct result of political attacks on LGBTQ people. He then received death threats on Sunday. Isn't that great? U.S. Rep. Eric Swalwell, who represents San Lorenzo, called what the Proud Boys did an abhorrent attack. We must blah, blah, blah. Panda Dulce came out after the men had left and finished reading. The event was among several Pride Month events at the library, which had hosted Drag Queen Story Hour events in the past before the pandemic. Now, again, what this article does not tell you is how did these Proud Boys know where to go from the Libs of TikTok, a Twitter account. It just tweeted that shit out. And said, all right, storm. Go! I mean, again, we've got an entire Republican Party that not even 2 years ago tried to overthrow the government. They tried to overthrow the motherfucking government. And they used the Proud Boys as, like, kind of a vehicle for that. And other groups like Patriot Prayer, Front, so forth, right? They tried to literally overthrow the motherfucking government to install a dictator, a king, a ruler, right? That's fucking crazy, right? But again, all these groups that were at January 6th, they didn't just come out of nowhere. The Proud Boys, you might not know this, it started as, like, this fucking stupid, like, right-wing comedian, like, wanted to, like, gain popularity because he got canceled from, like, cable news or whatever, right? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna start a gang of people that go around to, like, fucking, like, I don't know, talk shows and just, like, beat the shit out of people outside. That's what it started. Now, I don't know what the current, like, status of the Proud Boys leadership is. But when it started, they had rules such as you're not allowed to masturbate. That was the rule. If you're a Proud Boy, you cannot masturbate. Another rule in how you rank up in the organization is you have to commit a hate crime. That's how you rank up within the Proud Boys, at least circa 2019, 2020. I don't know if that's still, you know, in their constitution or whatever. But again, literally, it was founded on the idea that in order to become a high-ranking official within the gang, you need to commit a hate crime. And so the Proud Boys would literally go city to city, wherever there's any left-wing demonstration, and just beat the shit out of random Muslim people, random black people, random women, random queer people, and then they rank up. Now, sometimes they go to jail, but most of the time they don't. And so again, this is what this group is founded on. It's founded on running around the country looking for people to harass the fucking shit out of. Their goal is to commit a genocide of minority groups. That's it. That's the entire goal. That's the stated goal. That's what all their actions are doing. That's the goal, to commit a genocide. And that's why they go, these are attempted pogroms, is what they are. Again, we just had an event in Idaho, Pride, where there were 30 plus Patriot Front members. Now again, what is Patriot Front? Those are the groups of people that were like, oh, I wish we killed more people during Charlottesville, right? When someone was run over during Charlottesville, some right-wingers were like, ooh, that's bad for our brand. Patriot Front is the group that was like, that's good for our brand. We want to kill more of these people. So that's Patriot Front, by the way, right? They were arrested in Idaho, right? Having a U-Haul truck, weapons, right? Conspiring to riot, apparently. For what? They just wanted to freak the fuck out and theoretically massacre minorities, right? Any excuse in the book for them to pull the trigger. I mean, look at Kyle Rittenhouse, for example, a good little foot soldier for fascism, right? These motherfuckers are insane. They're insane. They're crazy. Like children reading a book. That's grooming. Now, again, I don't need to make the obvious points here, but I remember being a young person, a child perhaps, and I remember watching Disney movies. In a lot of Disney movies, rated G for general audience, right? There's princesses. There's princesses. And you know what they do? They kiss the prince. Is that not grooming? Is that not grooming? Is every Disney movie not grooming children into being heterosexual? Like, this fucking shit's ridiculous, man. The idea that, drag queens are, some unique threat to children's safety is just, it's made up. It's imaginatory. It's a fictitious, you read it in a book somewhere, or probably not, I guess, because these motherfuckers don't read, right? But, they just made it up. They just fucking made it up. The idea of boys kissing boys is somehow going to destroy a kid's psyche, but a princess kissing a prince is all good? What the fuck? It's insane. These motherfuckers are insane. Every time you see, your parent wearing a wedding ring, that's kinky fucking shit. What are wedding rings? It's a sign of ownership. You might as well be wearing a dog collar. What the fuck? What's the difference between someone wearing a dog collar and someone wearing a wedding ring? Answer my question. What's the difference? One is normalized, one is not. But other than that, they're the identical concept. So every time a child sees someone wearing a wedding ring, is that grooming them? Again, these motherfuckers are insane. They're just insane. They're just insane. Not to mention, of course, that right-wing organizations like the Catholic Church, a far-right organization that has done untold amounts of damage throughout human history. Again, there was a study that was done in Europe. The Catholic Church had groomed and molested over 300,000 people. And that was just in France, right? And of course, these studies are coming out all over the world, not just obviously in Europe, not just in France, but in the United States, a very Catholic country. A lot of people are groomed by Republicans, by family members, by religious institutions, by teachers. Most groomers, and again, most as in 95% of them, are straight, right? Most groomers, I don't know any statistics on this one, are Republicans, conservatives, religious people. So, and again, not only that, but again, the ultimate irony of this is there was another study done that found that the QAnon pedophile sex cult bullshit conspiracies, right? And these so-called groomer conspiracies, right? These people, when they call hotlines that are actually, to investigate sexual assault of minors and so forth and child sex trafficking, right? The hotlines, right? These organizations, law enforcement organizations that actually do this stuff, that actually try to save kids' lives, they have been so inundated with false reports that the solving rate of child sex trafficking is going down. So the net result in the real world, what actually comes out of stuff like this, is that there's more child sex trafficking, more crimes against children. Because when you make up a bunch of fake crimes and then flood these organizations with fake reports, they can't actually investigate the real reports. So again, the ultimate irony is that all of this stupid conspiracy, genocidal, fascist talk results in higher rates of child sex trafficking. So, again, these people are insane. They are insane, and they need to be thrown in cages. They need to be sent to an island somewhere. Like, get these fucking people out of society. They are insane. They are a threat to everyone. They are a threat to everyone. Republicans are crazy. Full stop. Hello, Environmental Coffee House. Got a show going on today, folks. We're doing a program. Today. Hello, Frog. Yo, there was some, like, extreme thunderstorm last night, and Max the dog was freaking the fuck out. Like, I was having trouble sleeping because, like, I have all my lights off, and then, like, every 30 seconds, like, the entire house would, like, fucking be lit up. Like, and I'm like, whoa. Can't fucking sleep in the fucking... Like, your eyes just get flashed with that bright light even through your eyelids. That fucking shit's crazy. Yeah, apparently, like, there's just storms going on all across the country, and there's, like, there's, like, excessive heat warnings and waves going on. It's insane. Did the treatment work? I mean, the treatment is still in progress. There's like multiple procedures that need to be done over the course of a several month time period. So, the jury is not in on that. Anyway, what the jury apparently is in on that I disagree with. Happy the elephant isn't legally a person, top New York court rules. An animal advocacy group had argued that the elephant was being illegally detained at the Bronx Zoo in a case involving deep ethical questions about the basic rights of highly intelligent animals. So first of all, our society doesn't even give humans rights. So I just want to get that out of the way. Like, highly intelligent animals, aka humans, don't have rights in this country, right? You can be thrown in a steel cage because you're like, we're smoking a blunt or something, right? So just throwing that out there. Second of all, zoos, let's be honest. Zoos are fucking disgusting. There is not a single zoo that I've ever been to that I've ever felt comfortable in. Zoos are just, it's slavery is what it is. They kidnap animals and throw them in a habitat that they think is good for the animal, but it's not. And it's slavery is what it is. Also, once again, look at how our society treats animals. Pigs are smarter than dogs. But you're allowed to eat a pig in this country. You can go to the grocery store and buy, like, literally You can buy the remains of thousands and thousands and thousands of pigs at the grocery store. But if you eat a dog, you go to jail? So I'm just throwing this out there. Again, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat any meat, of course. An Asian elephant named Happy that had been at the Bronx Zoo for more than 40 years will remain there after New York's highest court ruled on Tuesday that she is not a person in a legal sense and therefore not entitled to a fundamental human right. First of all, there is no fundamental human right that protects you from going inside a steel cage. So, just throwing that out there. By a vote of 5-2, the appeals court rejected an animal advocacy organization's argument that Happy was being illegally detained at the zoo and should be transferred to a more natural environment. If you want to see an elephant, go to Asia, go to Africa. We killed all the elephants in North America, unfortunately. I'm just saying. So, if you want to see an elephant, build a fucking time machine, go back in fucking time, because we don't have any here. Now, again, if we want to repopulate North America with elephants, right, I'm fine with that. But putting them in steel cages, I'm not fine with that. The dispute hinged on whether the cornerstone legal principle of habeas corpus, which people assert to protect their bodily liberty and to contest illegal confinement, should extend to autonomous, cognitively complex animals like elephants. No, the court said. While no one disputes the impressive capabilities of elephants, we reject petitioner's arguments that it is entitled it. By the way, I don't agree with using it pronouns for animals. In my opinion, animals are people. They have personalities. They have consciousness. I don't like it as a chair. It is a coffee cup. Right? It is not a dog or an elephant or a pig. Just saying. Fucking dumbass motherfucker doesn't know what a mammoth is. When did we have elephants? Fucking stupid motherfuckers don't even know what mammoths are. Anyway, I'm sorry. I always get bogged down by responding to the neo-Nazis. While no one disputes the blah blah blah, that it is entitled to seek the remedy of habeas corpus on Happy's behalf. Janet DeFori, the chief judge, wrote, habeas corpus is a procedural vehicle intended to secure the liberty rights of human beings who are unlawfully restrained, not non-human animals. Now again, that does not apply to humans in this country ever. I mean, look at Guantanamo Bay, for example, right? Like, I'm just saying. So, the idea that, like, oh, they're not humans, so therefore they have no rights. Humans don't have rights in this country. But in a dissenting opinion, Judge Rowan D. Wilson said that the court had a duty to recognize Happy's right to petition for her liberty, not just because she is a wild animal who is not meant to be caged and displayed. Neither are humans, by the way. But because the rights we confer on others define who we are as a society. The case appeared to be the first, examining whether an animal is worthy of so-called personhood to reach so high a court in the English-speaking world. And while the outcome keeps Happy where she is, the split decision was unlikely to quell the debate over whether highly intelligent animals should be viewed as something other than things or property. Elephants all over the world, right, are mistreated. I mean, India, of course, popularized the concept of riding an elephant, which is extremely damaging to them. Right, all over the world, elephants are killed, poached for their ivory. So much so that long-tusked elephants are nearly extinct. Because people would poach and murder elephants for their tusks. And in order to not get murdered, evolutionarily, you would breed to have smaller tusks. So the case was brought as part of a campaign by the Non-Human Rights Group, an animal advocacy organization engaged in a long-running legal push to free captive animals. Again, my opinion, abolish all zoos. That's my opinion. Last month, even as Happy's fate hung in the balance, the group asserted a habeas corpus claim seeking to have 3 elephants removed from a Fresno, California zoo. In New York, the group sought to have Happy moved from the Bronx Zoo, which it said was a prison for her, to one of the 2 vast elephant sanctuaries where it's described as more natural settings that would make Happy's life happier. I mean, that's the thing that's crazy, right? Is they're going to name an elephant. Elephants don't have names in English, right? But they're going to name an elephant Happy, right? while they throw that elephant into a steel fucking cage for the rest of their life. Like, again, humans are just the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth, man. They're just dumb as hell. They're dumb as fuck. On the other side of the case was the Wildlife Conservation Society, which operates the zoo and flatly rejected the group's assertions about Happy's Bronx existence. Of course, the slave owners are going to say, we treat our slaves just nicely. She is well cared for by professionals with decades of experience. Fuck that shit. The subject of the argument was visible on a cool, clear day in May from a monorail trolley rolling through the zoo's Wild Asia section. She and other Asian elephant Patty moved about slowly, separated by a fence in the roughly 2-acre tree-lined enclosure they shared with logs scattered around and a pool nearby. Elephants love to travel in herds. They love to roam. Elephants roam. They will literally walk around entire continents. And these motherfuckers are like, oh, they're just great in their 2-acre cage with a steel, like, fucking, like, fence between the two elephants so they can't even, like, say hello to each other? That fucking shit's insane, man. Both of our elephants look great, said a tour guide. Again, this is like, this is slave owner talk. Like, we treat our slaves great. That's what they're saying? It is impossible to treat a slave well because they're a fucking slave! Elephants are extremely social by nature, roaming in herds and communicating with one another in everything from low-frequency rumbles to slight angling of their bodies. They have been observed in various mourning behaviors when one of their numbers die. Happy did not experience much of that natural life. Born in the early 1970s, probably in Thailand, she was captured at a young age and brought to the United States, where she wound up at a Florida petting zoo with 6 other elephants, each named for Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs characters. Stupid fucking shit. The Bronx Zoo acquired her, and another in the 7 Grumpy, also a female. Oh, Grumpy is the name. In 1977, the two lived initially with an older female elephant, Tuss, in the elephant house, not in the Wild Asia section where Happy is now kept. Tuss, Happy, and Grumpy were trained to do tricks. Jesus Christ. Give rides to children, again, that hurts them. Forcing like, elephants are not horses, okay? Horses, they can handle that to an extent, right? Elephants are not like that. When a human is on their back for an extended period of time, it destroys their spine and it makes them unable to move properly for the rest of their lives. Fucking elephant weekends wearing costumes made by an edgy downtown blah blah blah. Eventually they were moved to Wild Asia. As zoos across the country retooled or abandoned their elephant exhibits partly in response to a growing animal rights movement, Tuss died in 2002. A few months later, Patty and a second elephant, Maxine, attacked Grumpy, fatally wounding her. Happy could no longer be kept with them. In 2006, a young female elephant, Sammy, was brought in to be Happy's new companion, but she died soon after arriving. The zoo decided against adding any more elephants, focusing instead on helping endangered members of the species in the wild. Oh! That's like, oh yeah, I'm a slave owner, but I'm trying to free slaves from other people. Yeah, I own slaves, but I'm trying to make sure other people's slaves have better conditions. Like, I don't know, man. If we're gonna have the conversation about making sure elephants have a happy life, maybe you should start with where you have direct power and influence. Anyway, this case, I have heard of this case before. I follow a lot of elephant stuff, and it's sad. This country, this species, humans in general are just garbage. They're trash. And again, we live in a society where pigs, you can go to any supermarket and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of dead pigs, but you're not allowed to go to another supermarket and eat thousands and thousands of dead dogs? What? If we're gonna kill and murder animals and eat them for entertainment, let's at least be consistent. Dogs are fucking stupid. Now, I love dogs. And again, I don't eat meat, right? I'm not like one of you fucking stupid psycho motherfuckers, right? Anyone that eats meat is a psychopath, and they have a low IQ. I'm just saying that just flat out. I'm just being honest. If you eat meat, you have a low IQ. It's a sign of being uncivilized. I'm just saying. Eating meat, you are uncivilized. You are savage. Anyway, but like, at least let's be consistent. Like, we're gonna eat meat. Let's eat everything. Let's eat each other. I mean, I'm sure there's dogs that are smarter than some humans, right? Here's my question. If intelligence is a factor, you know, why can't we eat babies? Babies aren't intelligent. I'm just saying, right? This idea of where we draw these lines, completely arbitrary, pretty fucking stupid. And again, we live in a horrible fucking society, right? Animals are mistreated everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere they're mistreated. For no reason. No reason. Animal abuse is an industry, has no positive benefits on society. It's not like eating meat provides any rare vitamins that you can't get anywhere else that save you and make you live a long, healthy life. That's not how it works. No. No. We mass murder, we breed and slaughter mass amounts of animals for entertainment because it's fun. People enjoy murdering cows, pigs, elephants. They enjoy it. It's fun for them because they're fucking psychopaths. Eating meat is a sign of being uncivilized. It's that simple. Like, and I'm sorry if that offends you. If that offends you, maybe stop eating meat. It's gross. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. It just is. Like, in my opinion, we should make it so, you know, when you buy cigarettes at the fucking store and you have to like look at all those Surgeon General warnings. Every time I buy vodka, I have to see a Surgeon General warning. Every time you buy any meat product, you should have, all the labels should be mandated to be a photo of the dead animal dying in a pool of their own blood. Maybe you'll second guess eating your fucking dino nuggets, you stupid fucking child. And yes, I'm talking to all the meat eaters. I'm sick of fucking meat eaters, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Sometimes I'm not this angry, but again, I'm on a roll right now. But like, meat eaters, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, seriously. Like, are you 5 years old? Do you not know how to feed yourself? Meat is more expensive. Causes more disease. If you don't cook meat properly, you can fucking get a disease and die. Right? It destroys the climate. Right? Like, what the fuck? You're not a cat, motherfucker. We're omnivores. We're not carnivores. Jesus Christ. Anyway, meat eaters are dumb. Elephants have rights. Elephants should have more rights than humans. Let's be honest. Let's just be real. And zoos are slavery. Anyone that disagrees on these things is uncivilized. And that's fine if you're uncivilized. It's fine if you've been brainwashed. That's all good. Everyone, the default is to be brainwashed. You are brainwashed by default. You are born into a society that brainwashes you. And it takes a lot of time, effort, and energy to undo the damage that this society does on you. So I get it. I ate meat for 22 years. 23 maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, 22 and a half-ish. I didn't know any better. I was a fucking moron. I was a stupid motherfucker. In the same way that, like, people in this country were literally huffing lead gasoline, so much so that half of adults have lead poisoning from lead gasoline. We're fucking dumb. Our water supply is poisoned with forever chemicals. Humans are fucking stupid, okay? Humans are a violent, depraved, uncivilized, savage fucking species. They're fucking crazy. Like, we have the intelligence to not be like that. We have the intelligence, and our bodies are constructed in a way where we could be the best thing ever for this planet and for this ecosystem. But we choose not to because we're fucking stupid. And Americans are fucking selfish little fucking pricks. And they don't give a fuck about the rights of their fellow human, let alone animals. Motherfuckers in this country don't give a shit about children. They're willing to have them fucking slaughtered for entertainment. Like what happened in Uvalde, Texas, right? That's fun for these fucking savage fucking moron human beings. They don't care about killing each other. They don't care about killing anything and everything. They don't even care about killing themselves. Americans are fucking garbage. Americans are fucking garbage. It's that simple. Anyway, free happy. Man, I am drinking a lot of caffeine today. Holy shit. Am I for or against lab meat? I don't think that lab meat has any ethical problems attached to it. That said, like, I just don't see the point. Like, the point, I guess, is to wean people off of meat addiction. Again, if you're addicted to meat, you have a drug addiction. It's that simple. You just need to reckon with the fact you are addicted to drugs. Meat is a drug. Anything you put in your body is a drug, and you can get addicted to it. People get addicted to soda. People get addicted to all kinds of drugs. If you eat meat and I can't stop, you're a drug addict, and that's fine. But, like, you know, maybe work on yourself a little bit. It's causing negative health effects. But yeah, I don't see the point of lab-grown meat when we have, like, beans. Like, to me, beans are, like, they're the answer to everything. Like, there's so many different kinds of beans. Grains as well. There's so many different kinds of grains. What is lab-grown? What does that accomplish? What problem does that solve other than helping uncivilized savages get off of their drug addiction? It's like vaping nicotine or something, you know? Whatever helps. Anyway, I apologize if I've offended meat eaters, but meat eaters offend me on a daily basis, so... Like, I don't know, like, that's the thing, like, why do I have to feel sad for offending a fucking uncivilized meat-eating savage little fucking moron? When, like, they're completely fine mass slaughtering hundreds of thousands of animals and destroying the planet? Like, I don't know, man. What if a conscious AI grew the meat? I don't even know what that means. Like, if you want to talk about AI, we can talk about AI, but I don't know what the fuck that has to do with fucking lab-grown meat, you know? If we needed meat, hospitals would be full of dying vegans or not. That's the thing, like, throughout my entire life, I was always lied to by everyone in my family that if I didn't eat meat, I would get sick and die. That vegetarians and vegans are sick all the time. And that, like, in order to be a vegetarian, you need supplements or whatever. You need to, like, get pills from your doctor. And that's just, they made it up. Like, my mom was just like, oh, we haven't had meat. I didn't eat meat that much as a kid. You know, typically, one of the things that I would eat a lot is, like, you know, pasta and stuff. A lot of cheese. But, like, oftentimes I'd go several days without eating meat. And my mom would be like, oh shit, we haven't had meat in 3 days. We're gonna get sick. Like, she thought that. My mother actually thought that. My mother literally told me that, oh, we didn't have meat in 3 days. You're gonna get sick. Like, what the fuck? Meanwhile, the exact opposite was true. I was very sick because my diet was garbage because I didn't have other things like fucking fiber. Or proper amounts of proteins and diversity of that kind of stuff. And proper vitamin intake. Right, but people literally think if you don't eat meat, you get sick. Like, that's insane. But I don't know if that conspiracy theory is as prominent as it was when I was young. But Jesus Christ, man. And then it's also like, one of the other problems with our society is that, like, eating the same thing over and over again is unhealthy. You should be trying to have such a giant, diverse, like, group of ingredients as possible. Like, sometimes I'll eat the same thing, you know, especially with the leftovers, right? But, like, week to week, you should be changing up what you're eating as much as you can. And changing, like, every meal should be a different combination of diverse ingredients. And people are like, I'm eating steak and pork chops. They're eating the same fucking garbage every day. And that also leads to significant problems. AI chatbot interview. Is this the Google thing? I'll look at that maybe tomorrow. And again, 95% of Americans don't eat fiber. 95% of Americans do not reach the minimum daily recommended intake for fiber, which in my opinion, the minimum is too low. That's my opinion. But that's just my opinion. 95% of Americans don't even hit the minimum. That's fucking insane. That's insane. That's crazy. People literally think vegetables don't have protein. Like, that's another conspiracy theory. Squirrel says, I was always told you have to have protein, but never told of veggie proteins. People literally don't think that vegetables have protein. They think that meat is like the only protein. Because they're fucking stupid. They're just dumb. And again, you can be dumb and then read a book or watch a podcast and then say, oh shit, I was misinformed. Let me go do some my own research into this. And that's fine. Like, the default is that we're stupid. We are born and raised to be dumb motherfuckers. That is what the default is. Schools design us to be stupid. From elementary school all the way up to the highest fucking degrees of college. When you go to these institutions, they don't want you to think outside the box. They will teach you what's approved by the overlords. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm too anti-academia here, because I do think there are benefits to it. But, again, we are designed, born, bred, and raised to be fucking stupid in this country. Talk about groomers. Jesus Christ. I think there's more of a fucking problem with, like, grooming children into thinking eating meat is socially acceptable than a child reading a book about a drag queen. Like, let's be honest. What has more severe problems for them later on in life? Reading a book about a drag queen or being forced to eat unhealthy foods from the age of 4 or even younger in a lot of cases. A lot of fucking, like, baby formula is infused with these fucking, like, addictive chemicals like high fructose corn syrup. Like, we survived literally like 100,000 plus years without high fructose corn syrup being given to our babies. Now all of a sudden, baby formula, it needs high fructose corn syrup. What the fuck? No, it doesn't. But companies want to get people addicted to sugar literally within months of them being born. They want to foster sugar addictions in these child's brains. It's insane. That's the thing. When you look into the fact that 88% of Americans have a form of metabolic syndrome, which leads to pre-diabetes, which leads to, diabetes. Like, think about it. Like, how would the COVID crisis have affected this country if we were all extremely healthy humans that had, like, a well-balanced diet with optimal nutrition? Like, it probably would have still been pretty bad, but not nearly as bad is what we actually dealt with. Anyway, Hopefully I didn't scare away any of the new viewers. But I probably did. But you know what? Sometimes people need a shock to their system. This is not only a news show, this is not only a politics show, but this is a show about the human experience. I'm not just going to talk about, oh, write a letter to your congressperson and then they're not going to read it. I'm not going to talk about, oh, the news is so bad. I'm going to talk about ways you can improve your life right now. Right now. You can literally make your life significantly better right now. You don't need to wait for Joe Biden to sign a fucking executive order. You don't need to wait for Joe Manchin to fucking, like, I don't know, have a stroke or something so his vote's no. Like, you can make your life better right now. And that starts with healthy eating. That starts with monitoring your hydration. That starts with stopping to eat meat. That starts with cutting back on sugary foods. You can do this right now. You don't have to wait for big daddy government to like sign some bullshit that's not going to fucking solve the problem anyway. You can solve a lot of your problems right now. Start with food, start with exercise, start with healthy habits, start with meditation. Let's do some meditation. Does anyone want to meditate with me? I don't know, man. What does that say about those of us that are still here year after year? That's true, man. There's a lot of motherfuckers that they're the disciples. I'm getting disciples now. Motherfucker's been watching this show for more than a year. I've actually been doing the show for 2.5 years now. I started the first episode of Above It All on January 1st, 2020. Now, again, I did not anticipate the world falling apart as soon as I started my show. But, you know, here we are. But, you know, we got some disciples. Motherfuckers go into other chats and are like, you should come here. And then they do, and they're like, holy shit. It's like when you bring someone, like, to your favorite band's, like, concert, but they've never heard the band before. And then they start playing, and they're like, ah! Right? Like, that's what's happening. Vegan since 2006, not hospitalized yet. Any minute now, Bongo Dave. Any minute now. You know what I learned? I went through, you know, having a sick grandparent over the course of the last couple of years. And I learned that when you're in the hospital, a lot of the shit that they give you has massive amounts of high fructose corn syrup. So let me get this straight. You are in the hospital, you are sick, and the food they're giving you makes you sicker. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? The food you eat when you are sick in the hospital is designed to make you sicker. That's insane. Like, if I'm in the hospital, I want to eat a fucking salad. I don't want to fucking drink some stupid milkshake that has 30 grams of fucking sugar, half of which are high fructose corn syrup, motherfucker. Like, it's insane. And don't even get me started on school lunch. When I was in fucking school, we had hot dogs and fucking pizza for lunch. That's not what a growing child should be eating, hot dogs and pizza every fucking day. Christ! And if they do give you a salad at a fucking hospital, it's like shitty ass, like, just defrosted, like, from the freezer for 6 months, iceberg lettuce. Yeah, like, these motherfuckers that eat iceberg lettuce. List of people that should be sent to an island that, that has no, no life at all. Like, not even trees or anything. People that eat iceberg fucking lettuce. Like, Jesus. And also, why the fuck do we even produce iceberg lettuce? Let's be honest. As a society, why are there farms dedicated to growing iceberg fucking lettuce? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. What? Talk about a waste of fucking space. Jesus. Nico Cato, really woke about diabetes and have a free health program where they drive around a discounted fruit and veggie truck in the community every summer. That's awesome. I'd love to do something like that. If I ever do any sort of meetup, you know, I don't even know if that's possible with the pandemic, but if it ever does happen, I would love to do like Cooking with the Bitch live. Like it's like fucking Emerald or something, you know, like on the Food Network. And like I'm cooking a bunch of shit and then like everyone gets to eat the food immediately. That's something I would love to do. Like I'm gonna make y'all some of my food. And, you know, we can have, like, the mild spice for all the fucking morons that can't have, like, any fucking spicy food. I'll let you have, like, a mild section. But I'd love to just, like, have, like, a room of 30 people. And I'm just sitting up there doing a bunch of bullshit, cooking a bunch of food, and then everyone eats all the good shit. Imagine Mountains. How's your police report going, bro? Getting 0 exercise. I didn't know Imagine Mountains has, like, a fucking bug in my room. Like, they've got, like, a secret camera in the corner of my room, and they know what I do for, like, the 22 hours that I'm not doing a show. Can you tell me my daily routine, Imagine Mountains, to see how close you are? The mild morons. Yo, I mean, spicy food is so good for you. Like, it's good for you. It tastes good. It's just good. I mean, I can't imagine not eating spicy food. I really can't. Imagine Mountains, tell me what my daily routine is. I'm ready. Let's go. I wake up, and then what? Step 1, wake up. Step 2... Also, I can guarantee you that I am healthier than you. You can make fun of how my body looks if you want. Like, that just makes you insecure. But I guarantee you, I'm significantly healthier than you in every metric. I guarantee you I could run further than you. I guarantee you that I could run faster than you. I guarantee you that my digestive system is in better health. I guarantee you that my lungs are healthier. 100%. Whoa, I'm deathly pale? Hey, I thought it was okay to be white. I thought it was okay to be white. Now you're telling me that I'm deathly pale? Motherfucker, I am proud of my skin color. Motherfucker, I am proud to be white. Imagine Mountains. That is racist. Also, I am not overweight, but you can continue crying if you want. It's called being fat as a kid, and you have, like, excess skin. So, I'm not overweight, actually, but thank you. But, more importantly, I am proud to be white. How dare you criticize my skin color? That is some fucked up fucking shit. That is fucked up. We have this anti-white racist in the fucking chat. Anti-white racist, Imagine Mountains? That is horrible. I might give your local police department a call over this. That is hate speech. That is hate speech. Holy mackerel. Holy fucking shit, man. Here I am, thinking it was okay to be white. And now, I'm being persecuted for my skin color. Have you heard of vitamin D? Yes. I go outside every day for extended periods of time. Have you heard of white people, Imagine Mountains? Are you in the mountains and you've never met a white person before, bro? Like, man, I love when Nazis try to do the health thing. Like, the idea of white skin being unhealthy. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't go outside and get fucking suntanned and get skin cancer every day of my life. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Anti-white racism is not okay. I am proud to be white. I will always be white. And you cannot make me feel bad about my skin color. Yo, I've got the window open right now. Like, there's, like, solar rays hitting my body right now. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? My nails are yellow. Yes, I've got nutritional deficit. Yo, this one is fucking fucked up, by the way. I don't even know how that happened. Anti-white racism is a problem. Again, I've been talking about this for a long time. When I say I'm anti-racist, it's a serious thing. Like, not only are there racists, that don't like black people or people with, darker skin tones, but there are anti-white racists, often referred to as reverse racism. Reverse racism is prominent. And surprisingly or unsurprisingly, those that are being reverse racist are the neo-Nazis. I thought that neo-Nazis loved white people. But now I know that the neo-Nazis don't even like white people? That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. So wait, let me get this straight. The darker the skin color you have is, the better you are? Is that what you're saying, Imagine Mountains? That because I'm a beautiful, pale, gorgeous white woman, that I'm somehow bad? How do you feel about black people, Imagine Mountains? Are they the superior race? Oh my god. Because maybe you're onto something. I don't know. I'm waiting, by the way, for this response, because I'm sure it's going to be clever. Alright, seems we ran them out. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. Once again, I am proud to be white. White pride worldwide. If you want to support the show, feel free to give me money on PayPal, Cash App, or Patreon. I'm in the middle of doing the YouTube membership thing, but I'm stupid, and so I haven't finished it yet. So just throwing that out there. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. Still waiting on a response on the bet. I don't even know what you're talking about. Have a good day, everyone. And I will see you all tomorrow. Cooking with the bitch. And some doom. Be there or be square. And again, it's okay to be white. Have a good day.
There was no response. They didn't have one for that. No, it's very sad. Very sad.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
I'll kiss every guy, man and woman, man and woman. Look at that guy, how handsome he is. I'll kiss him.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.